Out of an audio chilling here at the house. She's making Minecraft stuff. I just thought I'd see if this webcam and the audio would work on this laptop that I have. No idea if the audio is working or if anyone will show up. We're having a nice day here in South Carolina. It's 5:50. My wife went for a photo shoot in Palmaria, and just wondering if the audio here is working. Is the audio working? Can you hear me now? Like if you have a chat thingy, oh gosh, you could tell me whether the audio is working. If you can hear me, you could ask me a question. If I know the answer, I'll let you know. If I don't know the answer, I'll either make something up or put you in the right direction. Hi, everybody. My name is Munson, and the audio may or may not be working on this. I feel like I selected a different microphone than before, though.
Hey!
If you can hear me, if you could give me some sign. Give me a sign. There's got to be a sign somewhere. Sign, everywhere a sign. Rocking up the scenery, breaking my mind. Can you hear me? All of good people. Ooh, I see there's one person watching. That's cool. Whoever you are, if you have an interesting question, you could ask. And if you can hear me, I could try and answer it. I just thought I'd mess around with my camera today. We're sitting here chilling at the house. What are you making now, Sarah? Got stuff going on here. She's making a what?
A shop.
A shop. She's making a shop in Minecraft. Oh my gosh, it's shop time in Minecraft. And here we are. Oh my gosh, those bells are very loud. I wonder if anybody can hear those bells. Can you hear the bells?
I don't even have So I made a yellow sign.
I love the yellow sign. It's just a random day here in Newberry. Just thought I would see if this microphone might work this time. And it might not. You can't hear me. I'll be like a clown. I'll be like, can you hear me? And if you can, thanks for all the support and watching the videos, and I'm glad we're making some good music together. Y'all stay safe in the pandemic, and if you can't hear me, I guess that's cool. You know, weird stuff could happen some other place. Never live streamed before. Thought I'd try this. See what happens. It seems pretty uneventful. It's like talking to yourself. Very much like making videos for YouTube. That's my mic off. This is my mic on. Do you see any difference in that? I feel like there's some dots at the bottom of the screen. I don't know. Is it just feedback? Maybe it's just feedback. I don't know, man.
Okay, now
Maybe this laptop just won't do what I want it to do.
Okay, I'm done.
I can send a little emoji. I'd be like, yeah, do that. Oh my gosh, how does that work? Okay, cool. Oh, and they got emojis over here. Cool. Woo. And over here, my microphone is going to town. It says default device. And over here in the video, not so much. No help. No help. Can you hear me?
Okay, Dad, I'm gonna go get milk for you, okay?
I don't know if the audio is working. I tried, people. I thought this might be kind of a cool thing to try just for fun. You're checking on your plants?
No, my dad. I made these for my dad.
You made them for your dad? Your Minecraft dad? Not. Oh, he's sick? Okay. Oh.
And I can't jump on them, but I can walk on them.
Cool.
Okay, so I guess
don't know if this is working or not. I feel like the microphone down here is being all weird. Huh. Oh well. There's a thumbs up. Does that mean you can hear me? I'll be like, hey, how's it going? Ooh, that looks weird. Doing the it's like I'm underwater or something. Oh, right on. Ooh. I go, gracias. Cool. I love to play my guitar. I really do. Cool. Over here I go, gracias. Oh, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, Sergio. How cool is that? That's awesome, man. Yay! Cool. I'm glad we're like playing. Tocas mucho. If you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? I don't know if the audio is still working. I don't know. This is a very strange place to be, but thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. We have a good time, man. We play lots. Tocas mucho. Yes, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hey. Hey. Beat Master E. Woohoo-dee-hoo. Yay! Si aprenden muchitas músicas. Oh yeah, man, we play a lot of music. Muchas lots. Ooh. I love the music. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Woo! Glad we have a good time, y'all. I'm just chilling at my house with my daughter. She's playing Minecraft. Thought I'd jump on here and try this live stream thing. Oh, Nora. Oh, thanks, Nora. Thanks, Nora. Glad we're jamming. Gotta be jamming, y'all. Ooh, cool. Well, this is a strange way to spend a Sunday afternoon. Woo! Just saying, hey. Right on. Is the audio working? Like, can you hear me? I see the text though. You taught me a lot of songs. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you for playing. So glad we play some good music. Some good music together. Like really, it's all about community. Music is all about love, you know. You have to get together and love the music. You know, you play it the way you play it, and I play it the way I play it. And if we can follow each other, then all of a sudden we've got something that's greater than ourselves. And that's it. You can't hear me. Awesome. Thank you. Who is that? Daniel. Thanks, Daniel. Thanks, Daniel. I wasn't sure. I tried this before, and I think I selected the wrong microphone. Long have I wondered where the potato person on your YouTube banner homepage came from. Oh, the potato person on my YouTube banner. I'm trying to think of which one. There's like the little strange symbol with the 5 eighth note thingies. That's my friend Rick and JT invented that with me one night, and we called him Irvin. And then at some point I got into this program called Daz 3D. I think this is the image that you're talking about. Oh, this is Sarah. Oh, hey, Sarah. So I made a 3D version. I think that's the potato one you're talking about.
I got 2 boy dogs.
You got 2 boy dogs?
Yeah, 2
Oh,
girl
my daughter has now 2 boy dogs in Minecraft.
And 2 girls.
Oh, right on. It's got eyes and cigarettes out of its ears. Oh my gosh. What image is this, Beatmaster? Maybe a potato. I figure I'm thinking it might be an image that I made in Daz 3D. I know the one for Munson Jam Tracks is that. It's like a weird little circle, and then it's got little like looks like a little spinny circle thing. We thought it symbolized music in motion. You know, the circle in motion, eighth notes being music, and so we just kind of ran with that. That became the symbol for my store, and so yeah, okay, yeah, the potato thing is weird. Yeah, you know, it's been a long time. Yeah, the potato thing is weird. Right? I really thought about it looking like a potato. You like it? Okay, cool. Maybe I'll leave it alone then. I don't know, man. Yeah, there's a lot of weird symbology, I guess, you know, and like if you look at the old videos, it's got like pictures of me in my red truck doing parades and stuff with my my students and stuff. So there's a lot of weird stuff running around. And then there's the South Parky one. Do you like the South Parky one? Like the Munson covers, South Park, Munson. Like with me with the yellow hair. We made that for a flyer for a gig one time and then just kind of like ran with it. And all of a sudden it became like the symbol for the thing. You know, that's always cool. Sorry about the potato being weird. I like potatoes. Right on. Oh, you haven't seen the South Park one? The South Park Munson? Like it's the main thing for Munson covers. It's like the little blonde-haired kid, the cartoony thing. That's supposed to be like me in South Park. But me and my friend Vidal, we played gigs and stuff. Oh, you haven't seen it? Oh, right on. Well, man, that's a great channel, man. Like Munson Covers is where I post all the like easy strum, easy chord, no capo stuff. So it's so crazy. I remember watching your videos when I was, oh my gosh, wow. Have I been posting videos that long, Nora? You know, the cool thing about that though is playing music keeps you young. Or younger. Can you imagine what I would look like if I didn't play music? Oh gosh. If you really think about it though, I'm 46. So on Venus, I'm 72. Golly, that's crazy. And then on Mars, I would be, I'm 23 this year on Mars. That's awesome. Yeah, cool. Oh, thanks, Susanna. Thanks for watching. Woo! Cool. I'm so glad that you guys randomly jumped on this strange live feed on a random Sunday. I'm just chilling, and my daughter is making Minecraft things. So we're just kind of hanging out. So, I'm glad you love them. I got to get back in there and shoot some more. I've got the next one coming up would be When You Wish Upon a Star, because I got on a Disney kick this week. So I put on Someday Your Prince Will Come from Snow White, and now it'll be that song from Pinocchio. And I remember when I watched Pinocchio, I was a little kid. My grandmother went to go, she took us to the movie theater to go see Pinocchio. And it started snowing, and we were the only people there at the movie theater. They were like, well, we don't think we're going to run it. And my granny, she was like, you're running this film for these two young children, like me and my sister. And then she made them pop us popcorn. I don't even know if they ever made it home. It was great. So so that's the next one coming up. I feel like I have a gazillion songs on the request list and a bunch that I've already kind of set up to do. It's just finding time. I've got a bunch of, I feel like I always have private students that ask for charts and stuff. And then I got to write out the charts for them and send them stuff so I can teach them the stuff this week. So I always try and post something, but man, I feel like I'm a little tied down this week, or at least was this past week. We'll see how it works out. Because I always love posting stuff because it's fun. And I guess y'all know that because like I post a lot of stuff. Do I remember all the songs I played? I can normally pull them off if I've got a chart in front of me to follow. You know, I play a lot of times when I show up for a gig, though, I'll bring the gig book. You know, the gig book that's like that thick. The 3-ring binder that has all the stuff printed out from Pinterest. I guess for you guys, I carry that to the gig, and normally I start playing stuff from memory, and I hardly ever even go to the thing to open it up. So, oh man, I'm so glad. Thanks, Beatmaster. Man, thanks, man. I'm glad things work out, man. I feel like there are a lot of really good guys out there. Woo! You know, doing a lot of really cool things onto YouTube. Like when I was coming up, I'm older, so there wasn't internet, and there wasn't, YouTube, you could pull up any song you want to listen to. You had to go buy the album or, beg the DJ to put it on a, hey man, can you play da-da-da? You get your cassette deck and record, play, then try and pick it out by ear. It was, or you just get together with your friends and just, show me a lick, show me a lick, show me a lick. I mean, I feel like we're all just so blessed to be living in a time when YouTube gives us all these resources for free. It's awesome. Isn't it awesome to have so many resources for free? And lots of people on YouTube going, hey man, this is how you play guitar. That's awesome. For free? That's great. I keep on seeing these weird, strange ads on YouTube, and I shouldn't criticize these guys because they probably pay me money, but they'll come up and they'll be like, hey man, YouTube is the worst place to learn how to play guitar. You need to pay for my channel, whatever it is. And I'm like, man, you just don't even know. Like, what's up with this? Because really, I mean, you can go and pull up any song you want that's on YouTube to play along with. Oh man, you seen those ads too? It's weird. There's this one now, like, oh gosh, I forget the guy's name, but it's if you're trying to learn guitar as an older beginner, and like right from the very first sentence, it's just like, what are you talking about? Like middle age, that's what it is. It's like, how do you know it's middle age? I mean, I'm 46. I could live to be, 82 or whatever it is. Is this really my middle age, or am I going to live to be 100? Am I going to be Betty White and make it to Star Trek Next Gen? Who knows? I don't know, man. But right on. I think, oh man, I love free resources. I have to write Nora. I have to oh wow, thanks, Nora. I have to write a lot of this stuff out for my students anyway, and it makes sense to me to just post it to Pinterest and shoot some covers, to help them out and help you guys out, and just, we're all in this together, right? It's one big crazy world. Especially this past year has been crazy. I feel like when we finally can get back together, we're going to get back together in a really big way, right? It's kind of crazy. Beatmaster, man, I'm glad that it's been really helpful. Woo! And I'm glad, man. I've definitely just done the best I could to try and help. That's my intention. Cool. And that's where it's at, man. Just trying to help people, And then I pass it on to you, and then you pass it on to other people, and then we pass it on together, and then we all become immortal, right? Because if I pass it on to you, a little piece of me lives in you. And then if you pass it on to other people, it just goes on and on and on, and we're all immortal. That's Deep Thoughts with Munson. But if you haven't checked out my cover of Lord of the Dance, there's a line in there that's just like that. And I've been playing some songs for my grandmother now that she's fully vaccinated, and she likes doing the hymns because she remembers all the words. So I think that's one of the ones I do for her a lot. We have a good time with that. She likes Softly and Tenderly and Lord of the Dance and Amazing Grace, and there's a lot of hymns up on this channel, and some of them are in memory of people who are gone, and some of them are there's a couple of them dedicated to her. To my grandmother Ethel. So, oh, Bill, oh, right on. I was learning ukulele and guitar right on. Well, I'm glad we're making some good music together. Some good music together. Awesome. Oh, my daughter is trying to find a witch in Minecraft. Anybody got any tips? Oh, and a what? And a what? Witches live in swamps. Okay, I think we're halfway there. Oh, there's one. There's a swamp over there. Watch out, there's a swamp over there. So have fun storming the castle. So, right on. Well, that's awesome, Bill. Hey, Camille, that's great. Yeah, thank you so much. I think the coolest thing about it is you can play along with these things with. Oh no, she's killing the witch right now. She's killing that witch. Beatmaster E says they live in huts and swamps. I think she found one, Beatmaster. Awesome. But right on. When I was younger, I think the way that I really learned how to play guitar and all these other instruments was just sitting around with other people. And if they did something cool, you'd go, "Hey man, show me what you did." And so I feel like that's kind of what I try and present on the YouTube is like, "Hey man, we're all, oh, she is cute, Nora. Oh, she's 5 years old. 5 years old. Oh, we have a good time." Oh, but you'd sit around with people and you just play until somebody hits something you liked and you go, "Ooh, I got to steal that." And you try and steal it. And so
man.
Oh, go in that village, man.
Go in that village.
You going to the village?
No, don't stay in the water. Go in the village.
Okay. Are you still killing the witch?
No. And then the villagers kill the witch.
You're letting the villagers kill the witch. That's smart.
Wait, I think I saw an egg about Granny.
Oh, Granny. Oh, I love Granny.
Granny egg. I remember now.
Oh, Granny's the best. Granny's the best. But I think the coolest thing about posting the covers, though, is you can play along with different ones with different instruments. You know? So it's... Whoa. So I may be demonstrating like a guitar version on the screen, but you may have a ukulele and you can jump in and try and figure out what you could play on the ukulele, or you could add in something with the banjo, or you could add in something with the bass, or just whatever you got in your hand. And then that makes it, I feel like it kind of simulates playing with different people, or at least I hope, or at least for me, like sometimes I'll pull them up and play along with them myself. And I feel like that's a good way to do it. Or I'll bring up the strum ones and then try and add lead guitar stuff over the top, you know? Woo! Hey, you did it! Oh, I did do it, Stitcher. What's up, man? Thanks for the help, man. Cool. Thanks for the help, Stitcher. Got it figured out. What it was, man, I had to select a different microphone. It defaulted to one, but then the one that I needed to select was a different one. So, man, thanks for helping, man, because I had no idea the audio. Thanks for the help. Yeah. Oh yeah, that is definitely my daughter in the background. Yep, she's playing. She's playing Minecraft, Brian. Woo! Yep, we're just chilling here at the house today. Woo! Classic tech problems. Ain't that the truth, man? Sometimes it's just hitting that right button, you know. Like last night, my router went all crazy in my house, and I had not touched the thing in freaking 10 years, man. And I had to go give it some love. You know, okay, I'll log into you now. Well, I can't remember what those passcodes were, so let's just reset the whole thing. But then somehow it comes up, right? And you're like, cool, man. Thanks for working. I'll give you a little bit of love, and I hope it all works out, you know? So, true. I'm just glad that I worked this out, man. This is kind of a weird deal because I'm so used to, like, shooting stuff beforehand, mainly for copyright reasons. You know, they have this whole thing with, like, monetization off, you know. I'd be really scared to like live stream a jam or something because, you know, you hit the wrong song. Somebody might come after you with copyright and then you'd end up with 4 hours of audio that get muted because the Eagles are offended you're playing Hotel California 20 minutes in or something. I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff like that on the internet too. But yeah, but thank y'all all for joining in on this strange, bizarre thing that we're doing. You should make more live streams. You are literally the most positive person. Oh, well, thanks, Nora. I mean, I think the world's all about being positive. Yeah, I mean, it's all about being positive. Woo! You know, because like, oh gosh, like, oh, my friend Rick Colclaser one day, he was like, yeah, man, nobody gets out alive. And that's the truth, you know. I mean, it's sad, you know, when people, oh gosh, now you get me going down a crazy road here, Nora, but I try and be as positive as I can because you got to lift other people up when you can, you know. And I think that's what the coolest thing is. I think music is the solution. I really do, because it's all about love. I mean, I really do. Oh, right on. Well, thanks, Bill, Camille. Cool. This is just a random day. I'm glad that this is working. Actually, it is a great thing, man. It's all about lifting each other up. You know, we're all in this thing together, and we all gotta. I feel like that the pandemic especially has kind of gotten me on a thing where you really got to look after other people. It's like I wear a mask, but I'm really wearing a mask to look after other people. I'm not. The mask isn't going to protect me, but it might protect you. You know what I mean? It's a thing. But I think it's all about looking after one another and trying to lift each other up. And I think music can bring people together and look over the things that visually divide us that shouldn't, you know, whether it be race or creed or anything. We're all humans and we're all in this together and we all have a human experience and we got to lift each other up. And sometimes just getting the right song on together makes a big difference. You know, we can all play my go-tos are always Stand By Me, Lean On Me, Count On Me, right? So, I mean, those are my favorite ones to call out. We used to do these jams in the shop. Oh, my gosh. I miss them because we'll we're gonna kind of jump on in once we've all got our armor on with the vaccination. And yeah, right, right on. Well, man, we're gonna get back to that Stitcher for sure. Like, I love the jams, man. Oh my gosh. Like, I've got a bunch of video of different jams we've done at Bunsen covers. So if you really want to jump in and try and follow some random people, I mean, there's hundreds of hours probably of us doing jams, but we're going to get those back on. I think in September is what we're looking at. We're right now with the pandemic in my shop. We've gone to no browsing. I sell stuff at the door, Skype lessons, and then YouTube. And we've just kind of been, you guys have been a big part of that, like really helping us. Like, my YouTube check really has helped us a lot this year. Oh my God, it's been crazy. So absolutely, we should lift each other up, Brian. Heck yeah. Oh, thanks, man. Woo. Yeah. We got to lift each other up. And I try and post some songs that way too. You know, I mean, that's what it's really about. Let's see. You really inspired me to make. Oh, that's great, Nora. That's awesome that you teach them to your little sister. That's what it's all about. You know, if I teach you and you teach her, then she goes on and she teaches somebody else. That's what it's all about. You know, and then that way, because we're all in this thing together, and I feel like music helps bring us all together. That's great. That's awesome. And actually, I'll have to go and check out the channel, like with the covers that you're posting too. I have a playlist. I try and put the covers that students make randomly just to try and share them to more people. So, great way to connect with. Oh, right on, man. Cool. Woo. Oh my gosh, I don't know. You know, the weird thing about that is like the live stream gives you this thing with monetization and it doesn't let you monetize them. But I do so much for free anyway. This is just fun, y'all. It's a great way to connect with fans. And oh man, I hope so. This has been fun. It's fun. Fun, Stitcher. Woo! Cool. Although I will say that this keyboard on this laptop is very weird. STITCHER, like, dude. This keyboard is weird. My one at the store has this weird thing where the shift will lock. And I don't know if you'll notice this, like on my Pinterest stuff, or like when I'm doing titles and stuff for like some of the videos. Like, I don't know if anybody, if I'm good about editing, you will not have noticed this, but it has this weird thing where the shift key will stick occasionally, and so you'll end up with like capital A, capital S kind of stuff going on all the time. It's crazy. There's a ton of worship songs, like and I say worship songs. There's a ton of hymns for sure, and a ton of Christmas stuff up already. I know I have charts for oh gosh, man, there's a lot of Chris Tomlin charts up on, and Skillet randomly like has some really cool tunes. I was just playing Stars with one of my students yesterday. It was awesome. That's a great worship tune. So I do need to do some more of that, Brian. I will definitely keep that in mind, man. I feel like I have a gazillion things. Like, let's see, I'll put for sure, Brian. But I do mean it, man, because like really, like I need to get more of that up. I actually have another hymn like up on my chart thing to do right this second. Because somebody had asked for All Saints. I don't know, gosh, I can't even remember like which one it was. It was a really good one. It kind of hit me in a good way. And that's always weird, like picking like which ones I'm gonna do, man. Sometimes it's something a private student brings up. Sometimes it's a request straight off of YouTube. Sometimes you just got to be in the right mood to play something too, which is weird. So I know I have 5,000 requests I'm supposed to do this week. I also have a day job. I'm so sorry. So I'll get up what I can do. But I know the next one's going to be When You Wish Upon a Star, because I already shot that one. So that'll be oh, thank you, Bill. Yeah, and Camille. No, those are great. Aren't they great? I've been playing a lot of hymns for my grandmother lately. I think I mentioned that earlier, and it's just, oh gosh, it's just awesome. You know, the cool thing about that is like those songs, like the hymns anyway, just transcend time, I think. I mean, really, you can't, every generation is going to find something meaningful in Amazing Grace, and find something meaningful in Softly and Tenderly. And I don't know. Yeah, it is all about God and singing to Him. Absolutely. Yeah. And it's also about sharing that spirit together, you know, because God lives in you and He lives in me because He made all of us. And so that's the thing, is like, it's all about sharing it with other people and recognizing the divinity in other people. I think people miss that point, you know, like I love that line in Lord of the Dance randomly. That hymn is my favorite hymn. And one of the reasons why is the line where I'll live in you if you live in me, for I am the Lord of the dance, right? So like it's all about me recognizing that there's part of me and God in you, and you recognizing part of, that we're all together. It's like where you lose it is when you start pointing your finger at people who are different than you or believe differently than you and thinking they're not godlike. That's not your job. God's pretty specific about that, and you shouldn't be judging other people. But anyway, you got to just find, it's all about love. Just love everybody, y'all. Yeah, right on. What about straight classical stuff? Do you have any favorite? Oh man, classical stuff, like classical guitar stuff. Like randomly, oh wow, I put like Stitcher. Wow. I mean, I used to play a lot of classical guitar stuff. Actually, what I like doing now is I've got some students who really ask for. I like doing some pop tunes that are more current now, which is weird. I know I posted the Last of Us thing that's more classical guitar esque. I do like, from a classical point of view, like classical. I love Bach. I love Beethoven. I love Chopin. I also like all the guitar greats randomly. Like Leo Brouwer studies are cool, man. They're just awesome. And I think of that, in Soar, and gosh, there's a whole bunch of classical stuff. Woo! Right on. The thing about that is I don't like to think of myself as being very religious, but I like thinking of myself as being spiritual. That was an interesting comment there. Like Stitcher, you know what I mean? Like I think when you start trying to bang people's head over the top, with like, you should believe in God, you should accept Jesus, it's like, hey. So yeah, I like my dad's line, and I don't know if y'all will unsubscribe if I say this, but this is just a good line, I think, is, do you think, this is like my dad talking, but do you think a God that created 3,000 different types of slugs would just create one way to get to him? So it's like everybody's got to find their own path, but I think the main point is what Jesus said: love each other as yourself. Just love, love, love. If you get that out of the Bible, you got the right message. If you're trying to read through Romans or some crap and finding weird stuff, reasons to hate people, you're not reading the Bible for the right reason. But anyway, woo. Yeah, let's see. Oh man, absolutely, man. It's all about God, really. It's all about acceptance too. Oh, Vivaldi's good. I've got a violin student that I teach on Skype. We do the seasons. He's got an interesting arrangement of like the 4 seasons we're working on. Oh gosh, I just sent him a bunch of stuff. Like I've been doing a lot of arrangements. There's a program called MuseScore. Maybe I should type this in there. MuseScore is great for arrangements. And so I've been just, if you want to look up a really cool, like, free open source notation program, MuseScore works really well. They have a ton of stuff up too. So if you're interested in playing like more classical stuff, you can go find a ton of it on MuseScore for free and different arrangements, and then arrange it for yourself, like with copy paste and stuff. I've been doing a lot of like finding MIDI files for some of my students. Like randomly, I have a private. I have some students that are a piano student and a banjo student that I teach every week. Steve and Bonnie, and they love like beach music era stuff. And randomly, we've been working on a lot of Roy Orbison lately and ABBA. And so like now I'm always trying to arrange stuff for the piano for Bonnie, and then I'll banjo tab it for Steve so they can play it together as duets. So that's what we do so I've really been digging on MuseScore to put those arrangements together randomly. That's not really classical, but how long have I been a musician? Brian, I actually have memories of singing to trees when I was about 5 or 6 years old, like as old as my daughter, like making up songs in the backyard. I think it's always just been part of me. It's one of those weird things where like I didn't realize that when I was about to go to college. Like, let's see, I play piano and guitar, haven't learned how to read sheet music. Oh, right on. Oh, that's a good question too, Nora. Randomly, just to answer Brian's question, because I like that question too. Randomly, it's one of those things where like sometimes like you don't accept it in yourself to be able to do something that you love for a living. And so I know when I was about to go to college, randomly, like I wanted to go computer science because I thought that's where money was. And so I didn't realize that like every year for Christmas, I had asked for something musical. Like it's a keyboard or a guitar or a mandolin or a 4-track recorder or an electric guitar. Like, and so I had a terrible first year of college. And then my second year, like I was like, dropped out of school for a little while to work construction, just long enough to realize college isn't so bad. And then went back, music major, and then oh gosh, just realized that I could pass this on to other people and just make their lives wonderful and make my life wonderful. And if you can find something that you love to do and do it for a living, you'll never work a day in your life, right? No idea who said that, but that's absolutely it. See, Nora says, I play piano and guitar and haven't learned how to read sheet music. Do you think it's necessary? I actually don't think you have to read music to do very well in either one of those things. Paul McCartney, one of my heroes, doesn't read sheet music. Now, I teach it, and I know how to do it, and it does come in useful if you're writing down ideas to know how to notate it in a way that you can understand it. I don't think you necessarily have to use, like, you know, sheet music. The coolest thing about the era that we live in is if you want to try and remember something that you make up musically, normally people have these things called phones, and you can hit the record button and just record whatever it is you're doing so you can remember what it is later. You know, like in the Beatles era, it'd be like, ooh, I've got a reel-to-reel recorder in my house. Hit record so I can play the thing I just invented. I don't want to forget it, you know? So I don't think it's necessary that you read music, but it depends on the gig, too. I mean, I played trombone for, you know, musical shows before because that was like my primary instrument in high school. Band was trombone. I've had gigs where I really did have to write, or in some cases write some music or play some music or read some notation, and it came in handy. But I don't think you have to do that for sure. I wish I had been into music since I was young. Oh, right on Stitcher, man. However old you are, man, you can be as young in music as you want to be. Like from now until forever, man. Like music will keep you young. The time that you spend practicing your instrument does not count against you in the grand scheme of things. That's my philosophy. If I practice my guitar 10 hours a day, that's 10 hours that doesn't count against me at all. So music has been my thing since I was 6. Oh, right on, Brian. Getting my first keyboard around that time. Right on, man. I remember we had a piano in my house, so I was a doodler. There's a picture of me doodling on the piano when I was really, really, really young too. So, but I think it's kind of cool. I've also run into people who, oh, this is kind of weird, but I've also taught students who came to me specifically because they had a bad teacher experience when they were young. So, you know, like it'll be some guy in his 40s or something looking to come and take lessons to get over some drama that he had because he tried to take lessons when he was younger. Oh, right on. Hey, Fahrenheit. Hey, man, how's it going? Well, this keyboard still doesn't work very well, but I know that's kind of weird. You're right. Exactly. You're bad lessons. Exactly. You know, or bad teachers in other subjects, you know? And so like, it gets kind of weird. Sometimes all it takes is the right person to say the right thing at the right time. And then all of a sudden it just opens up a whole world. You know, you're like, oh man, I paid $30 for this lesson. And like, man, but those 2 minutes at the end, that was it. That changed my whole perspective on everything, you know? So, oh, right on. Bad or barely feedback. Right on. Man, that can be really trippy when somebody gives you like bad feedback or no feedback. I feel like sometimes it's and randomly, I will say this, I've seen people play the guitar so many different ways successfully. I am at a point where it's very hard for me to tell somebody they're doing it wrong if they are, number one, getting the sound that they want, and number two, doing it in a relaxed way. Like you hear about the whole like, oh my God, you don't want to get carpal tunnel, da-da-da. The reason why people get carpal tunnel is they try too hard. Like you think, I've got to try really hard. Then you get tense. Then your body releases too much of the chemical that makes your fingers move. And then it hurts because you're trying too hard. So if you're getting the sound that you want and you're playing really, really relaxed, you know, I think you're doing it right. So, right. Or bad feedback. You know, sometimes it's hard for a teacher too, like, because they only have the visual. They don't know what it feels like. You know, I always like, sometimes I'll stop a student in the lesson. I'll be, that sounded great. What did it feel like? Because you don't know unless you ask sometimes. But what are my favorite piano and guitar chords? Oh, man, that's a good question. I'm a big fan. I discovered in my writing over the pandemic, I wrote out a gig book for myself with all the original songs that I've written over the years. And what surprised me was the amount of interesting chord voicings I liked on the guitar with open string scenarios. I don't know if I can really explain that, but more so like if I can take a C shape, for instance, and then move it up the neck 2 frets and get like a really cool open string sound, like, and then I call it like a D add non, or D add 4 or something, or slide it up further up the neck. It's like you're inventing cool jazzy chords by just moving shapes around. I feel like those are fun. Those are just a lot of fun. Or doing like drop D stuff and then just like moving D shapes around the guitar can be fun. On the piano, I do have an attraction for like nines, like sus2 chords, like Police ideas, like the Police, like not the ones who go out and do, I don't know, the Police do some good things. Gotta watch out, man. I feel like they get scared and then they overreact and then bad things happen. But I really like the idea of like root 5/9 stuff. I'm just a freaking sucker for the openness of those type of chords, because they're ambiguous too, because you don't really have a third in there. So I like those type of voicings, even though when I'm writing charts for YouTube especially, I will simplify to the lowest common denominator of major and minor triads because I think it makes it more accessible for beginners. I also think if you know what you're doing, it also makes it easier to make those simple chords into bigger, crazier, awesome things. So Nora says, yeah, my music teacher at primary school made students play the C chord for 6 months. Oh my gosh. I hope they were doing different rhythms. That sounds like torture. Oh my gosh. Torture, Nora. That's horrible. See, that's horrible. It reminds me of the Suzuki method. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the Suzuki method for violin. Occasionally you'll see like a bunch of Suzuki kids up on the stage, and it'll be like 100 kids, and they're all from Japan, and they're all Suzuki method, which means that they've been placing violin-looking things in their cradles literally since the time they were born. And so anyway, Suzuki method, the first book, I think is entirely like 30 pages of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Literally, like just different rhythms. I had a student once who was really big into Suzuki stuff, and she insisted on bowing to me at the end of the lesson. And I think Suzuki's creepy, and I also think it's from Japan. And no offensive things thinking about Japan, but I will mention that Japan has the highest suicide rate of any country. And I think that to make a kid play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star for 30 pages is freaking torture and would make anybody kill themselves. So let's play another song. Shall we? Hot cross buns or something. I mean, I'm actually a really big fan of like, let's play this song and moving on and not like drilling it. You know what I mean? I feel like you get more out of that because like if you're practicing like 10 different songs with basically the same chords and basically the same rhythm skills, you're going to get just as much of that out of that as playing one song over and over and over and over and over again. I think it just makes it more interesting. So that's just where I'm at. Playing should be relaxed. Absolutely, Stitcher. They absolutely, man. Relaxation is where it's at for sure, man. That really is it. Seventh chords are the cool chords. I use them. Oh, right on. Well, Brian, the cool thing about seventh chords, like with dominance, is you can throw them in to point different places all the time. So in a lot of my covers, I don't do the seventh chords because it just makes it easier for students, beginners, because I'm here for beginners. But you can have a lot of fun if you're an advanced player, I think, working off of triads. So for instance, if you were doing Amazing Grace, because this just immediately comes to mind, and I like it in the key of G. So the basic progressions like G, G, C, G, 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 D, D, G, G, C, G, and then E minor, D, G, G. Well, because you're in the key of G, any of the Ds could be dominant sevens, so all the Ds could be D7s, because D7 helps point to G. So if you know enough about secondary dominants to know some seventh chords, you should also know like what they're there for. So D7 points to G, C7 would point to F, like they're always pointing like a fifth away. Like, so what a really advanced way of playing Amazing Grace could be G, G7, because my next chord is C. So even though I don't put it on the screen that way, if you know how dominants work, you could actually throw them in on a lot of those charts. So, but G, G7, C, back to G, 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 D, and then you might want to mix it up and go D7 because your next chord is G and D7 helps point to G. I know I'm talking crazy theory now. D7 helps point to C, G, E minor, D could be D7, then you're back to G, you know. So I feel like even though I don't put seventh chords all over the place, I feel like if you kind of know how to use seventh chords, like you could completely add those to any of the covers I've got up. And I do that all the time. I just put up Someday My Prince Will Come, and there's like at least 4 different chords that could all be dominants. Like there's like, if you're doing the C version, I think there's like an E that could be an E7. There's like, you know, anyway, you can make them fancy if you want to make them fancy. I just like presenting them easy. Let's see, that's crazy. Absolutely, it's crazy, Nora. That might be taking it a bit far. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, like the whole like Twilight or the Twilight Zone, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Yeah, absolutely. What someone could do with 3 chords is endless. Absolutely. One of my favorite quotes is, oh gosh, Woody Guthrie's got this great quote here. He's like, anybody playing more than 2 chords is showing off. Which is kind of it. And I mean, you can think of a lot of really good like 2 chord songs, you know, like Jambalaya by Hank Williams, C and G. There's some good 1 chord songs out there too, like Within Without You by the Beatles, 1 chord. Bad chord. Neon Light by Blake Shelton, 1 chord. Whole Lot of Love, kind of 1 chord. Like with an option for like 2 chords, like a big A and then play crazy solo and you're back to E. So there's a lot of stuff you can do with just like 1 or 2 chords. Heck yeah. Woo! 3 chords is endless. Absolutely, it's endless. It really is. G, C, and D, man. That's it. But there's a lot of chords. I mean, there's a lot of stuff like that, especially the old hymns. You know, a lot of old hymns are working like 3 chord stuff. This Land Is Your Land, 3 chord. Oh man, there's a lot of 3 chord songs. All that 12-bar blues stuff, 3 chords. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. Oh my gosh, my wife just walked in the door.
Why
So
the camera over here at me?
Okay.
Who are we talking to?
Oh, there's my wife, everybody. Oh, da 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 da.
Who is that?
Oh, that's my YouTube audience. I'm just like live streaming. Oh, woo. We were wilding away in a minute. But now that my wife is here, we're probably going to go in the backyard and do like a little fire pit thing. But hey, thank y'all so much. Thanks for the fun this afternoon.
Yeah.
Woo, awesome. Oh, hi, Munson wife. That's Stitch Alive says. Hi, Munson wife.
Hi, internet.
Hi, how you doing?
Oh, how you doing?
Right on. Wait, man, I will definitely think about doing this again. I don't want to guarantee anything right this second. But thank y'all so much for watching. This has been a lot of fun answering some questions and chilling with y'all. So have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Dun, 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 dun. Don't forget to subscribe.